Alright guys, welcome back to the sawmill. Free new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you guys watching. I can narrow my way through here without dropping this camera. It is a mess in here. I've not been back here where the sawmill is and done any work since probably middle December, I guess. It's been a while. That will change today. We'll be doing some sawing. Here's what we got lined up. So here's what's on the menu today, guys. Got a nice white pine. Check that one out. Got a lot of knots in it, but between those knot clusters should be some nice clear boards hiding in there. Really nice white pine. I like sawing white pine more than yellow pine. I find that it has a lot less pitch in it than the yellow pine does. Really good stuff right there. Get some nice wide boards out of that one. Right behind it, we got a big boy right here. He's about a 12-footer. Another white pine. This one's going to be another post for the barn. Should get a nice 8x8 out of that one, and maybe a few boards off the cuts around it. See what happens. You step outside here. Right here, I know what you're thinking right there behind it. What in the world is that? We'll talk about that one here in just a second. We'll probably get to this pine right here sometime tomorrow. It's supposed to be 75 degrees tomorrow, which is just ridiculous. It's already 60 right now. But this pine, the video camera will not do it justice. This is a really nice white pine. It's pretty big. Down here on the small end, it's about 20 inches, I think. But not a lot of knot clusters in this one. And at the top, check this out, friends. Look right there at the top. There's a possible crotch at the top of this pine. I have no idea how that will turn out. I'm sure it's not going to be anything like walnut. You can see on this other side, there's two hearts right there. Now, if this was walnut, I'd be pointing this out and saying there's some nice crotch figure in here. But being this is pine, I have no idea what it will look like. But we'll treat it like walnut. Although I'll probably square it up because I do not want to do live edge slabs on pine. But maybe I will. We'll see. We'll take the skin cut off that top tomorrow and see if there's any figure in there. That will be pretty exciting right there. I've never had a pine with a crotch on it like that. So we'll see what happens. And after that one's done, we will move on to this nasty, nasty log right here. Look at this. All the mushrooms growing on it. No bark. Got some rot down in there. I mean, I tell you, friends, this is just a nasty, nasty looking log. Got some spalting in there going on. This is where the tractor bumped it and knocked off that bark. So it's about 10:30. I hope to get things cleaned up here. I've got sawdust on the floor and I got to get up. I got some walnut slabs that need stacking. They've been standing there way too long. There's a lot of stuff to do up here. I've not really done any housekeeping up here in the past few weeks. But I'll start getting things squared away. Now I got to run to the house and do a live video at 12. And I hope you guys tuned in for that. Then we'll come back up here and put that pine on the mill and get going. And probably load some wood in the kiln, because all the boards off that first log will be going into the kiln with the rest of the pine that we sawed up last month. All right, guys, I'm going to answer another question that I get on almost every video here. And the question is, what do you do with all that sawdust? Well, after I saw at the end of the day, usually, as you can see, I didn't do it the last time I was up here sawing. I take a snow shovel and clean this up. It takes about 5 minutes. Whatever's left, I use my leaf blower right there and just blow it out there in the field. But if it's not walnut, which there's some walnut on top right here, it goes into the compost that goes in the garden. But when I have walnut mixed in with it, it goes straight to the burn pile and we burn it because walnut is not good for vegetables. So, to answer that question, that's what happens to the sawdust. And if you're new to this channel, I run a Wood-Mizer LT40 wide fully hydraulic sawmill, and it's powered by a Yanmar 36 horsepower diesel. I think that's 36.9 or something, maybe 37. But it's right around 36 or 37 horsepower. Very, very powerful engine right there. I get asked all the time what my favorite thing is about the new mill, and I've had the mill since April. And no doubt there's so many things I love about this mill. I could talk about it all day, but the number one thing I really, really like about this mill is this Yanmar diesel engine. It's just a beast. I love it. And answer another question that will come up, because it always comes up in the videos, is ventilation issues. What do you do about the ventilation in here with the diesel engine? This is a tier 3 or a tier 4 engine. I can't remember which one. I think it's a tier 3, which means it's got all those government regulations in it so it burns clean. And what that means is there's no smoke that comes out of it. It's very clean. I never have smoke come out of that exhaust. I never see anything come out of the exhaust on it. It doesn't stink in here. It doesn't smell bad. No issues with it really. And this building's open on 2 sides, so there's not really a problem there either with ventilation. So there's no issues going on. If this was an old school Wood-Mizer that was made about 10 years ago with the Cat 51 horse diesel on it, probably have a different story right there, because it gave off a lot of exhaust fumes. I probably have to have some exhaust fans running, forcing stuff out the back. But with this engine, no problem. And speaking about the weather here for a second, the high today is supposed to be 65 degrees here at the mill. And for you new subscribers, I am in Northeast Tennessee. That's really warm for this time of year. It's January the 10th. And tomorrow it's supposed to get to 75. Unreal weather here, guys. It's just really warm for this time of year, and I am really happy about it, because we've had a lot of rain for the past week and it might dry some of this water up. All right, friends, we got the blade on there. I have to tension it down when we bring the saw head back to us. I want to show you guys one more thing out there running sawmills that I've done to the doors on the blades to kind of help with vibration. And if you run a gas sawmill, this might not pertain to you, but a diesel sawmill with that vibration going on with that big engine, you may have this problem, and if so, it'll help you out. All right, friends, check this out. You have these covers that go over both of those wheels, and there's a clamp right there that holds them in. This is old hat to you guys that run Wood-Mizers. But right here is what I want to show you. There's a little, well, it's a rather large one. I got a large rubber washer right there. The sawmill comes with a rubber washer, but it's smaller, and it's about half the thickness of that one. I got this at the hardware store for like maybe 35 cents a piece or something. I bought about 10 of them. But what I did was I took the factory one off and put in this thicker one, which made this right here a lot solid and less movement when the vibration's going on. It's not as loud. With the other one in there, this door rattled a lot right here against this metal. So by adding that oversized rubber washer right there, it's really done a good job in taking away that vibration noise, because it was pretty loud sometimes. This right here would get jarring really loud. It would come through on the videos, just really aggravating, and that's really softened the noise on that. So if you're running a diesel mill, you got to have that diesel up there. You're going to have a lot of vibration in your sawmill in this head right here. And that's natural. It's just the way, you know, tractors and sawmills are with diesels. The gas LT35 I was running was a lot quieter as far as the vibration goes. I could mount a camera right here. It'd be fine. I can't mount a camera anywhere on this mill. I've tried the debarker. I've tried mounting one here. And even this GoPro has a stabilizer. It still just jumps everywhere. It's a mess. So it's just part of it. Sometimes these logs just roll right on the mill perfectly, and sometimes they get stuck. Try that again. Alright guys, got the small end on the operator's side, 17 inches on the diameter, and like I said earlier, this is white pine, and it's 8.5 feet long. Down here on the other end, diameter is about 19 inches at its widest point. I thought this was about 20, but it's actually 19. That's not too bad though. I'll try to explain this really fast. When we get to sawing, I had to take a break for about 2 hours. Take care of something. It's already almost 7 o'clock, but we will get this log done tonight. Need to get this one knocked out. Right here's the clearest face. What I'm shooting for is the clearest boards possible. And there's knot clusters every probably 24 or 30 inches on this timber. But this side right here looks pretty clear on the outside, but when I saw into it, there's going to be some juvenile knots in here. There's a knot right there that probably healed over years ago. There's going to be some issues with it, but that's you know, that's white pine or yellow pine or any other pine. You got to deal with knot, but we'll do the best we can. We'll go ahead and take our first cut off this face, flip it over 180, make another cut, and square up these sides and go back to this face and make 4/4 boards and see how we can do.
Colorado, Ridgeway Rodeo scene, my valley of dreams.
I think we will drag these boards back to us, make it go a little faster. All right, friends, I'm probably gonna call tonight. It's getting kind of late out here. My neighbors are really good to me. They never complain about the noise, so I don't want to keep them up at night if I don't have to. I want you guys to see this pine on the last cut we just made, because it is just really nice. I mean, I'm really surprised at how smooth this is right here. So I've been sawmilling since 2011. And this right here will probably be the smoothest cuts I have ever done on a sawmill. And I've ran about 3 or 4 different Wood-Mizers. I've owned 2. And I've never got boards this smooth before. Look at that, guys. I mean, look at that. It looks like it's been ran through a planer. That is ridiculous right there. That's what you want. That is a properly set and sharpened blade. Man, that is nice. And really clear timber as well. Besides these little knot clusters in here toward the juvenile wood, this is some really nice pine. If it wasn't for those right there, this would be #1 premium pine right here. But those little knots, they do low grade it just a little bit, but still some nice stuff. I don't mind the knots myself. But look how smooth that is. I can't get over that. That is just so smooth right there. I'm hoping it comes through the camera how smooth of a surface we've achieved here tonight on the sawmill. That's just amazing. Never gets old. I don't care what you're sawing. It's always exciting to put timber on here and open it up. And this stuff right here needs no water. Its natural look right here is all you need. So nice.